never pick up a hitchhiker. So this was told to me by an old family friend Nikki numerous times as a kid, growing up as one of those life advice stories to keep in mind through the years, and to her credit, I have never forgotten it. So Nikki, who grew up at the same time as my dad. So this was about early 1980, I believe. She was a young woman in her mid-20s. She is one of those real kind-hearted souls always willing to help another in the time of need. You know. And I can't imagine her being anything other than that when she was younger. So totally see her doing this too. So driving into the city, which was about a 2-hour drive from town, she saw a man walking down the side of the road. As she neared, he turned and in typical hitchhiking manner stuck out the old arm and thumb. Nikki, bless her heart, pulled over and asked him if he needed any help. She said he was really polite, if not a bit shy, when he asked for a lift into the city. Nikki gave a smile and popped open the passenger door for the guy, who then tossed his bag in the back seat and buckled up for the ride ahead. They talked pleasantly, for most of the trip, about friends, the news, etc. You know, happy small talk. She felt they were getting along very well, and even bought him dinner at the pit stop little over halfway there. She said he seemed really flustered and awkward when she paid, but one of the things they talked about was money, and how he was pretty damn strapped for cash, which was why he was hitchhiking in the first place. But he eventually relented, and they went on their way. As soon as they got into the city, he thanked her profusely for the ride and the food, and asked to be dropped off once they hit downtown. Before getting out, he asked for Nikki's phone number so he could contact her one day and maybe catch up. Thrilled at the prospect, knowing how her new friend faring, Nikki wrote it down for him and drove off with a warm feeling, having done a good deed. Nikki gets this crease in her forehead and a funny look in her eye when she tells me this next part, how a week later she got a phone call from the same man she had picked up. He didn't let her get a word in after hello and told she should thank God that she was raised so nice. Because when he first got in the car, he was planning on R-wording and murdering her once they got to that pit stop. Then he was going to steal her car and dump her body in a ditch further down the road, and then go on his merry way. But after she talked to him so kindly and even treated him to dinner with a smile on her face, he couldn't bring himself to do it. He didn't think he could live with himself after doing that to such a nice lady. The man's final words on the phone were, "Please, Nikki, please never ever pick up another hitchhiker, Bo." Then he hung up the phone. Nikki never got a call from him again. When she tried dialing the number, she got a payphone. And so I learned one important thing from this story, that I'm going to take that man's advice and never ever pick up a hitchhiker.